Hello. So we are traveling right now and staying in an Airbnb, and I thought I'd show you. They've got what pretty much looks like most of the average American household in cleaning products. I want to take a minute and do a little quick class, and I used to do it on Facebook, and I should probably do it again so you guys can see the information, double check my facts, go do the research yourself. But just a little quick class overview of why I don't use any of this stuff. This is what I use. Way over here, we traveled with our own laundry soap. And I almost traveled with our cleaner and I didn't, and I really wish I had. But yeah, other than that, we don't use any of that. None of it. And I'll tell you why. So first let's talk about fragrance, which is basically any of the 3,100 stock chemicals that make things smell. Only, I think 6 or 7% of those have been tested to be safe, have a full toxicity report. The rest of them, we don't know if they're safe or not. We don't know what they do. And because each, let's say we've got lemon, we've got peony and cedar, we have orange, we've got cool cotton, because, cool cotton has such a scent. And then over here we have original fresh. What else we got over here? My kids being loud. And then, yeah, we've got our bleach. So basically, we don't know what's in those. So some of the chemicals are things like, here's lots of long words for you, right? P-dichlorobenzene, styrene oxide, endocrine disruptors like galaxoxide, and tonalide, which are both synthetic musks. The phthalates are diethyl phthalate and diisonyl phthalate, DINP. And then there's disinfectants like triclosan and ammonium quaternary compounds. Fun times, right? That's what you really want to be breathing. But we do know that synthetic chemicals can cause headaches, eye, nose, throat irritation, nausea, forgetfulness, loss of coordination, other respiratory and neurotoxic symptoms. Don't you want your house to smell like peonies and cedar and have memory and forgetfulness issues? No thanks. Many fragrance ingredients are respiratory irritants and sensitizers, which can trigger asthma attacks and aggravate sinus conditions. So yesterday we were with a bunch of people, and at the end of the night, I could smell the colognes and perfumes on my clothes and on my skin. And I literally actually was getting a stomachache and feeling queasy because it was such a strong smell. I had to go change and shower because all of the smells from other people's colognes, perfumes, and whatever else they use on their body had literally rubbed off on me. And when you're not used to that anymore, when you pretty much detoxed your life of that, having that on you, it was literally making me feel ill. So also there's a lot of allergens on the list of things that make things smell. Companies are not required to list them because it's part of their secret ingredients that make them have their signature smell. But most of them are not naturally made, or if they say natural, they can still make things, hey Kenna, in a laboratory. And if it's bioidentical, it's just made in a laboratory, they can call it a natural fragrance. So it's natural linalool. We can call it lavender. No, not the same thing. Pine salt doesn't even have pine oil in it anymore. So if you ever see fragrance, just stay away. Also, things that say fragrance free are not necessarily fragrance free. Often they have to put chemicals in to mask and deodorize the smell of the chemicals that are in there. So it may not have an added smell like lemon or orange, but it will have scent maskers if it says fragrance free. So another reason, check your labels. This is another thing too. When you read labels, it may not list everything. This says it has odor eliminator, water, fragrance, non-flammable natural propellant, and quality control ingredients. What are those? Other than water, you don't know what any of those mean. You don't know what those actual ingredients are or if they've been tasted for safety. But they try to greenwash it by having this no dyes, no phthalates, no formaldehyde, no flammable propellants. That's called greenwashing. That doesn't mean it's good for you. So just a little summary. Fragrance can be a neurotoxin, loss of muscle control, brain damage, headaches, memory loss, speech, hearing, vision problems. They're not assessed for safety. So just stay away from fragrances. let's move on to bleach, which is in almost everything that is in this household. So bleach, hold on. I want to get my research right here. Bleach was actually the first agent of chemical warfare in World War II. Don't you want to dump that all over your laundry? Since that time, it's been added to our water supply and other products in our home, like household cleaner, all-purpose cleaner, toilet cleaner, laundry. And there's like 4 more products back there that all have bleach in them. Researchers have now linked chlorine in drinking water to higher incidences of bladder, rectal, and breast cancers. Reportedly, chlorine, once it's in water, interacts with organic compounds to create trihalomethanes, THMs, which when ingested encourage the growth of free radicals that can destroy or damage vital cells in your body. One of the reasons we drink tons of Ningxia Red is because it fights those free radicals. You don't want to be encouraging the growth of that. The Environmental Defense Fund warns that although concentrations of these carcinogens, the THMs, are low, it's precisely these low levels that cancer scientists believe are responsible for the majority of human cancers in the United States. No thanks. The link between chlorine and bladder and rectal cancers has long been known, but only recently have they found a link between common chlorine disinfectant and breast cancer, which affects 1 out of 8 American women, and they're projecting that to increase. A recent study conducted in Connecticut found that women with breast cancer have 50 to 60% higher levels of organochlorines, which are chlorine byproducts, in their breast tissue than cancer-free women. Chlorine is a pesticide, and its sole purpose is to kill living organisms. So when we consume water that has chlorine, or if we are breathing that, that's going to be a big problem to our tissues and our cells in our body. If you're using bleach at work, OSHA will require that you use a mask and gloves to protect yourself. Most people don't do that at home if they're using it as their economy size all-purpose spray. So a little in summary, bleach used in chemical warfare, corrosive to eyes, nose, lungs, and skin, places a strain on detoxifying organs like your kidney, your liver, and your lungs, linked to childhood asthma, linked to breast cancer, linked to rectal and what was the other one? Bladder cancer, linked to miscarriage and fertility issues. So if you have bleach in your house, I highly suggest you get rid of it. Let's talk about ammonia, another chemical commonly found. I was checking ingredients. We've got it in our little Ajax dish soap here. So according to the Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry, sorry, camera's dropping there as I'm reading, ammonia is a toxic substance. The pungent gas is an irritant that can chemically burn mucous membranes located in the eyes, nose, mouth, and lungs. Symptoms of poisoning include coughing, wheezing, chest pain, burning, watering eyes. Other symptoms include throat and mouth pain, lip swelling, hallucinations, blindness, and rapid heartbeat. But yeah, let's wash our dishes with it and then eat off of our dishes. No thanks. Pets that are exposed to ammonia will show symptoms similar to those by people, particularly breathing difficulties. Also, think about your pets too. When you clean your floors, your pets walk on them, and everyone has pets that lick their paws, right? Whatever you're using on your floor, your pets are ingesting to some degree. So if you are doing high levels of bleach and ammonia and things like that, your pets are ingesting that too. Hi, Tatum. So what's even scarier is when ammonia is mixed with a cleaning agent containing bleach. Hi, toilet cleaner with bleach. What's in urine? Oh yeah, ammonia. That's right. It creates an extremely toxic gas that can really wreak havoc on your system. Even here on the back, you can barely read it through here, but it says, do not use with chlorine bleach to avoid intoxicating fumes. Avoid eye contact and thoroughly rinse. And no good there. So ammonia, summary, irritating to your eyes, nose, mouth, and lungs. Symptoms of poisoning can include throat and mouth pain, lip swelling, hallucinations, blindness, and rapid heartbeat. Extremely dangerous when mixed with bleach. And residues can be left on surfaces and transferred to our skin or to our animals as well. All right, let's talk about, kind of jumping around my old class here. So let's talk about SLS, sodium lauryl or sodium lauryl sulfate, one of the most dangerous ingredients in cleaners. It's in this. anything that like foams up. So this doesn't include, oh yeah, the ingredients on here say water, cleansing agents, and fragrance. No thanks. So if it's foaming up, chances are it has sulfates. What do we clean our house with? Do you know? When you clean the windows and stuff, what do you use?
Sprayers.
Yeah, what's in our sprayer?
Water.
And?
Bubbles.
What makes the bubbles?
Soap.
What soap? You remember what it's called? Tatum's in there. Thieves!
Thieves.
Yeah, it's thieves. So let's talk about SLS. So this, laboratories purposely use it to irritate skin on animals and humans so they can test effectiveness of healing agents on irritated skin. This is in a ton of shampoos and cleaners and things like that. If you have toothpaste that really foams up in your mouth when you're brushing your teeth, chances are it has sulfates in it. It's a mouth irritant. Yet it's in almost every toothpaste, but it's linked to and can cause canker sores. So here's 9 more reasons to avoid SLS. I'm going to prop you up there and hope it doesn't bounce around as much. You're going to need to wait, baby. It's corrosive, so even in concentrations as low as 10%, it causes skin corrosions in animal studies. It can cause eye damage at 10% levels. It can cause corneal damage when it's not rinsed immediately. It has nitrosamines. So in the presence of certain chemicals, SLS can form carcinogenic nitrosamines, which means it's cancer-causing. It's a pollutant. It's suspected as a groundwater pollutant that causes harm to aquatic life and reproduction. It's a pesticide. It's toxic to plants and insects when it's used as a pesticide and herbicide in agriculture. It's a penetration enhancer, meaning it breaks down your skin's protective barrier to help other chemicals go deeper into your body. So if you're using that on your scalp every day as shampoo, basically it's opening up all your pores and letting what other ingredients might be in your shampoo right into your body. It's an irritant. It's prolonged or repeated exposure may cause allergic dermatitis. Repeated exposure, like washing your hair every day or washing your body every day with a foaming body soap. Mouth ulcers, when used in oral products, it can lead to irritation and desquamation of oral tissue. And it's a mutagenic, known to cause DNA mutations. Not something we want. Okay, let's talk about... There's so many things. I'm going to have to post this class again. I'm trying to keep it short. So let's talk about, from all these things, the European Union has banned 1,300 chemicals, right, for cosmetic or cleaning purposes. And what's funny is I wrote this class maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and just now I was like, I better double check that. I'm sure that statistic has changed. Nope, it's still the same. The European Union has banned 1,377 chemicals in cosmetics, and the FDA has banned 11. Under the Federal Hazardous Substances Act, household cleaners are the only household products for which manufacturers are not required to list all ingredients. Certain ingredients, like fragrance, are considered trade secrets, and government regulations are designed to protect proprietary information. So, yeah, you're not going to know what's in that peony and cedar scent because that's their trade secret. According to the EPA, of the nearly 3,000 top-selling chemicals in the U.S., only 7% have a full set of basic toxicity information. For the most part, the EPA relies on voluntary testing agreements with the major manufacturers. The Natural Resources Defense Council recently tested 14 air fresheners and found that 12 contained phthalates, and none of the products were listed on phthalates were listed on the label. So real quick, let's just talk about phthalates since we're going there. Phthalates, it's what makes plastic kid toys soft and pliable. It's what makes nail polish chip resistance, thing if it says like super strong nail polish, chances are it's phthalates. Fragrances last longer with phthalates. It's used in enteric coating of pills, so things that have a delayed dissolve rate, so it's supposed to absorb later in your body. Usually that's phthalates. Plastic packaging, cosmetics, food products, textiles. It's in PVC flooring, vinyl upholstery, shower curtains, cleaning materials. Phthalates are everywhere. They're also easily released into our environment through the air and through our skin. A 2012 study of children showed that they absorbed phthalates from PVC flooring. They can easily leach and evaporate into food or into the atmosphere, and exposure can be through direct use or by indirect means through leaching and general environmental contamination. One study found higher concentrations of phthalates were found in homes of children with asthma and allergies. Infants and children are more affected. A 2008 study found that the use of infant lotion, powder, and shampoo were associated with increased infant urine concentrations of phthalates. And this association is strongest in younger infants. This is a big deal because phthalates are an endocrine disruptor. You have an endocrine system, includes your thyroid, your uterus, the whole system here. Controls your hormones, your sleep, your mood. So many things are affected by your endocrine system. Phthalates can cause birth defects in animal studies. They may be linked to obesity. It's well documented that endocrine disruptors like phthalates can be additive, so even tiny amounts interact with other chemicals to have a cocktail effect in your body. There are early studies being done finding a link between phthalates and breast cancer. So if you really want to freak yourself up, read the book called Slow Death by Rubber Duck. It's by Rick Smith and Bruce Laurie. So again, phthalates, not okay. They're banned in the European Union, and they're basically in everything. So this is why it's so important to know what you're using in your house, because if you are using, your Lysol all-purpose cleaner here and breathing that in, you're doing a lot more harm than good thinking you're killing all the bacteria. A general killing all the bacteria is not a good thing. Our bodies are actually mostly bacteria. So just having a flat out killing all the bacteria in your house is not so good, which is why we use thieves, because essential oils are intelligent. They're not going to damage the beneficial bacteria in our body. It's pretty crazy. Someone did just a test. They were like, well, if it kills bacteria, how can we, why isn't it killing our bodies if our bodies have bacteria in them? And essential oils are intelligent. They target certain bacteria. So someone tried to make yogurt and they put a ton of cinnamon essential oil. Go PubMed.gov and just look up what cinnamon essential oil does, okay? They used it in yogurt because if it was truly going to kill the beneficial bacteria, it wouldn't actually create yogurt. Well, they got themselves a big batch of nice, thick, very cinnamony yogurt. Another thing we don't use, dryer sheets. Oh, guys, of the top 5 things to get rid of in your house first, get rid of these things. They are so nasty. Go do some research about dryer sheets and what's in them and what they can do. It's bad stuff. So again, you can make your own with vinegar and stuff, even though studies are showing that vinegar is not all that great as a cleaner. So that's why we stick with thieves. We know it's a good cleaner. You can do an at-home study with a little petri dish, test it out. Whoop. That's why we use our thieves laundry soap to do stuff. We wash our dishes with thieves. And the rare chance I run out and I have to check things, I'll use an app called Think Dirty or The Good Guide. Or you can go to skindeep.com and check out what you're getting, because it's going to list the ingredients and the studies associated with those ingredients so you can see for yourself if it's clean or not. A lot of times things will say all natural. That's just called greenwashing. You don't know what's in it because it says all natural. Doesn't mean it's safe. So it's a lot of work. I'm kind of lazy in this aspect. I like someone else to do the work for me. So that's why I just go with thieves. I don't have to look up every single ingredient. I have, actually, and they're all safe. If I accidentally drank it, I would be fine. I wouldn't have to call poison control. If all of these ingredients, if you drink it, you have to call poison control. It's really bad news for your body. All of these say, keep out of reach of children. And like you saw Kenna, I have my kids clean the windows with thieves. When Kenna was 2, she got a bottle of thieves cleaner, unscrewed, dumped it on the floor, and swam in it. Her skin wasn't even red. She was totally fine. So anyways, that's just a little summary of what we avoid in our house. And I'm having a really hard time even just using the towels and stuff. The scent is so overpowering. Once you get rid of synthetic scents, you can smell them everywhere. So that's my little spiel for the night. Hope you guys have a great evening, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.